Alright, so before I get into this video, let me just say I actually like this season. This season is pretty good in my opinion. It makes me feel like I'm playing Chapter 2 for the first time again, like when Chapter 2 first came out, it felt like a whole different game, and I'm getting that same feeling playing this season again, and I really actually like it a lot. Probably my most favorite season that I've liked at the start of the season, but knowing Fortnite, I'm probably gonna hate it by the next 3 weeks, but for right now, I actually really enjoy it, so let me just clarify that right now. I actually like this season. The season is not that bad, but I'm gonna criticize it here. So, can anyone explain why Fortnite does this thing? And it's not that big of a deal, but they just remove stuff that no one asked to be removed. Why are bouncers out of the game? Why is the gray AR out of the game? Like, this is stuff that you essentially need in the game for it to be, functioning. Like, I need bouncers to rotate out of the storm because it seems like we're having the same problem that we had in Chapter 2 Season 1, where everyone is dying into the storm. Like, I remember when Chapter 2 first came out, there was no mobility at all. No launch pads, no bouncers, no mythic weapons. Literally, the only mobility was your feet. There was not even cars back then. I remember, dying to storm so much that season. You don't even understand. Dying to storm was a literal enemy. It was an actual problem that you had to worry about. Dying to storm was so bad back then, and now it's back. It's not as much because there's still cars, but it's still bad because for some reason, the second zone is now pulling across the map. I don't get, when Fortnite takes out the mobility, do that also make it so the zone pulls as far away as everyone else is? Because there's always storm fights. It's not like, oh yeah, I'm just running in storm by myself. There's 3 other teams in storm with me. I swear, storm is pulling the opposite side of where the most players are. Everyone is just storm fighting in zone, and it's come on, Fortnite, you could add launch pads. Why did you remove the bouncer? Who hated, who hates the bouncer? Tell me. If you hate the bouncer, please dislike this video. Please dislike this video and comment, I hate the bouncer, if you actually hate the bouncer. There can't be a single real person in the world that just dislikes the bouncer. Why would they remove them? I've never seen a single person complain about the bouncers in Fortnite. They're literally just good. There's not a single bad side about it. Everything else, launch pads, maybe you don't like people running away from fights, or the grappler, it's just too overpowered. But bouncers, there's literally nothing wrong with bouncers. Why would Fortnite remove them? I just don't understand that. I just feel like the problem of dying to zone just really shouldn't be a thing. This season could be so good with launch pads, or maybe with something else, but launch pads, Fortnite, add launch pads. This would make the game so much better. So add launch pads. I swear, this game could be so good just with rotation. This season is basically Chapter 2 Season 1 all over again. Fortnite is giving themselves a second try, because in Chapter 2 Season 1, it was good, but they just made a lot of mistakes that made it really bad, even though it was actually a really good season. And I feel like this is almost Chapter 2 Season 1 again, but they could do it right this time, Add launch pads, give us mobility. This is not enough if a lot of people are dying to storm. This cannot be a problem that reoccurs. Dying to storm should be a thing to get you out of zone. Okay. Storm should be a thing that should entice you to get out of the zone. It's entice you to move to the circle. It shouldn't be something that kills half of the players in the lobby. That shouldn't be happening. It should be something that just makes players want to go to the zone, not something that just kills half of the I feel this game could be a lot more better if they actually just stop doing this, because they add stuff for a little bit and they just remove it, even though no one asked for it to remove. A lot of stuff this season got removed for absolutely no reason, and Fortnite just does that a lot in Chapter 2. They don't even give it, the time that it needs. Fortnite could add the helicopters. Whatever happened to those? They were in the game for, 2 seasons. They're already gone. Fortnite, you could, at least, I just feel like Fortnite isn't giving this stuff the amount of time that it really needs. In Chapter 1, Quad Crashers got added in Season 6. They were in there for the entire chapter. I feel like Fortnite is only adding stuff for a little bit amount of time, and then just not adding anything else. It's hard to explain, but Fortnite needs to stop doing this. Stop removing stuff that no one asked to remove from the game, and let stuff actually be in the game longer than a season and a half. That's just my opinion though. But like I said, I really like the season. It's really fun. The mechanics are fun. It's just fun to learn. Maybe I'll hate it in the next 2 weeks. I probably will. But for right now, I actually really enjoy the season.